In this video, we will record macro for formatting our report, and it's important that our reports can have different length, so different number of rows and even different number of columns. We assume all our reports start from A1 cell, and first we will discuss what we will be doing in Excel. Then we think about some options, each if they are good for macro recorder, because not each shortcut, not each option is good for us to make our macro more dynamic. So for example, different number of rows and columns. So especially we will have to think about relative references. Okay, so to this report we want to add income, then go and calculate this income. So from sales we subtract cost. We can put our formula here and copy it down, but this way isn't the best way for macro recorder. It's not dynamic because Excel will record this as this height, this exact range. So we should be using different techniques, but in the second example, in the second loop, we will do it. So now we add formatting currency, Ctrl+Shift+4, and because I still have Polish regional settings, I have Polish zloty here. Okay, then I want to format headers. Just Ctrl+B will be enough for us, and then we want to format also dates as actual dates, so home, and then here short date is enough. And the last step is to select all our report and add borders, all borders for this. And how can we do it for macro recorder? So Ctrl+Z, Ctrl+Z, Ctrl+Z. Okay, it should be enough. No, something still is here. So now, okay, now, first of all, because we will be starting, we should be starting from A1 cell, we should add step to be sure that we start from this cell. So with absolute reference, we should just select this cell. Then we can go to the right with Ctrl right arrow, and it will be dynamic, and we don't have to use in this step, in this shortcut, relative references, but we want to put income in the cell to the right, and now we should turn on relative reference, and then we can go click with mouse or use right arrow, and we can write income, enter, and we are writing our formula, and it's okay, and exactly the same as before, but we cannot double click. So the trick we'll be using here is Ctrl+C, still with relative reference, arrow to the left, Ctrl down, arrow to the right, Ctrl+Shift+up, and Ctrl+V, and just like that we will get dynamic result, dynamic range. Ctrl+Shift+4 for proper currency, our original currency. Then go to A1 cell. This time we can use Ctrl Home shortcut with relative references. And now let's start with our headers. So Ctrl+Shift right to select all headers, Ctrl+B to add bold, because we are still have relative references, one arrow to the down, so we are selecting dates, Ctrl Shift down to select all dates. We can go Home tab and here dates, and if dates, well, if the column will be too narrow to show all dates, we will double click it to fit it to proper size and then select all region. And we cannot use Ctrl A shortcut because it will be this range. It won't be dynamic, so we should use Ctrl Shift 8 shortcut and then all borders. That's all. So Ctrl Z to be sure, and something it's still in my cell. I don't know what it is, but check it. Okay, so we are sure nothing is here. So we are starting outside report. We are going to developer tab. We use absolute reference and then we record macro. We call this macro report. We can use Ctrl Shift F shortcut and press OK. And now A1 cell. OK. Now Ctrl right arrow. Turn on relative references. Arrow to the right. Income. Enter equal sales minus cost. Ctrl Enter. Ctrl C. Left arrow. Ctrl down. Right arrow. Ctrl Shift up arrow. Ctrl V. Ctrl Shift 4. And now A1, but this time with relative references and with shortcut Ctrl Home. Now headers, Ctrl Shift right, Ctrl P, still with relative reference, one cell down, A1 cell is active, so one down, Ctrl Shift down, and from Home tab we are using a short date. Double click here to fit our column and then Ctrl Shift 8 to select all range and here all borders. Now developer stop recording our macro. Let's check it. Somewhere here, different worksheet, Ctrl Shift F. It worked, and the last worksheet with more columns, Ctrl Shift F, and it seems be fine. So our macro is working, and in next video we will see precisely what was recorded.